Heat wave. I swear, humans are not designed to live in such heat like this. I know, like, before any of y'all start thinking like your heat is nowhere near as bad comparable to other parts of the world, hear me out. I'm a bitch. This heat wave that's hitting us is disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm disgusting because it's disgusting. It's a miserable time. Miserable time for everybody. It's a miserable time for me. It's a miserable time for you because you have to hear me complain about it. It's a miserable time for the people around me because you're just gonna see me sweat and feel me sweat and smell me sweat. I don't know. I don't know if I smell. Maybe I smell. I showered, so I shouldn't smell. But we are back with more Ace Attorney. Now here's some little information for you. The last time I tried filming one of these, the save file, my save file had corrupted. Now, I had posted a video on Twitter about this. I didn't, it's not public on here, so in the off chance that you don't follow me on Twitter, but you only watch me here, interesting choice, but, you know, more power to you. My save file got corrupted of some sort, for some reason, and basically my only option at the time was to, like, delete it and start over. Now, I'm not gonna get into it. Basically what happened was it's gone. But with the help of the tech boys at Visnomatic, Chris and Hunter, they found something on the internet for me that I was able to like install, and it didn't restore my save, but it did it opened up chapters within the games so that I can just play back to where I had left off in the last case of Justice for All. So what I thought was going to be a long break from Justice for All ended up not being a break at all. So thanks to those two boys for helping me out. Now, I keep looking around because I feel like I'm supposed to have something in my hand. I wanted to try something different. When I was speeding through the last case, trying to get back to where I left off, I was actually doing it with the mouse because I didn't feel like holding the controller. And the mouse is actually really pretty easy to use just because like all you do is just move around and click. Now, this session, I'm going to try playing with the mouse. And I'm just gonna click things. There might be some keyboard hits that I might do, but I think I could do everything with the mouse. So if you hear clicking, you'll know that I'm on a computer. Anyway, sorry. I just spent like 6 minutes talking about nothing. Well, I talked about stuff, but it wasn't like it had nothing to do with the game. I don't think anyone here even cares about what I have to say. So let's get into it. You see, this is where, let me show you. Wait, oh. Yeah, so you know, last time we saw this, right? This entire thing was filled with old saves, including saves from like, well, I think at some point I had probably saved over this from Justice for All, but before it was a combination of like saves from the first game too, and that was all wiped. So now it's all empty slot. So here we are back to where we had left off, which was we had took a 10-minute recess because the prosecution had to prepare a new witness, Adrian Andrews, because Edward was like, yes, everything all according to Keikaku, and Nick was like, oh shit, we have to do this all in a day because Maya be kidnapped and all that stuff, you know? So let's go ahead and see how we're gonna get through this. Oh my god. This is where I left off, right? I hope this is where I left off. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure this should be where I left off. This should be. Voice acting, okay. Hajime, something like that, okay. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian, no way, not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. Also, yes, the sun is in my face, but it's actually not bothering me, so it's okay. It might hit this. It might hit the camera. It might hit the sun. The sun might hit the sun. Yeah, probably. It might hit the camera at some point, but we'll just have to deal with it. It's summer after all, right? Summer has nothing to do with the sun. It's just how the sun works. Sun, you know, people shit on you a lot because you generate the heat. I don't blame you for the heat. I blame humans for the heat. Sun, you just keep doing you and just blast everyone. You know. If you, preferably, if you get too hot to the point where everyone has to like burn, at least kill me painlessly. All right, that's all I ask for you. Much love. That was, I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today. It's a weird, whatever. I keep talking too much. Sorry. She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? That looks so uncomfortable. Look at this idiot sleeping in his costume and you're laying on the arm that has the cogs and the gears and stuff. You're a buffoon. Why don't you lay on your back or something? You know, like how Steel Samurai did in the first game, where he laid on his back. That makes more sense. I also thought, no, you know what? I keep always thinking back to the original game, but like, I have to stop doing that because it's more work for me if I have to go and find the comparison sprites. I mean, this comparison. So, why am I feel so hyper today? Why is that? It was before I even started drinking the tea. I don't understand it. I had Lunchables for. Well, Lunchables was the only thing I ate today so far. Because something happened at work and I had to leave and then come back and whatever. It's a whole deal. I think maybe I'm a little hyped up on what, the airhead that was in the Lunchables? Pizza, by the way. That was something I also wanted to talk about, but I will not because I spent too much time talking. I think I'm like hyped up on maybe the Capri Sun and also maybe the airhead. I don't know. I'm clearly like hyper in some way, even though it's so fucking hot right now. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it was really her? Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Mia! Phoenix? You think her motive is related to Celeste Impax's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impax as her strength and reason to live. Leaf in my mouth. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. What is that trope? Is it a trope? What the thing that men do? I think it's usually men who have like wheat in their mouth or like a stick of grass. I don't even know that's grass. A stick of something. What is that? Is that meant to be like a makeshift like toothpick or something? Like why do they show people doing that? But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. Did I read this? I might have read it already. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impax. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Let him steer it then, shit. Let me lay back and let him take care of everything. Don't let your guard down yet. Oh my goodness. It's too much pressure to try to finish this trial in one day. Too much pressure. This isn't like how it was. This isn't like a first case of a game where like everything is very easy. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. Beep, beep. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ongard. Is her voice the same thing as Mia's? I don't remember anymore. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Oh, yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Well, it's a good thing he's a law-abiding citizen. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. You were? I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. didn't bait matter? Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. Reminds me of fish and chips. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Me? I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. I don't know if my mic picks it up, but if it does, I apologize. But because of said heat, even though I have the AC on right now, my arm is like sticking to my table because I am disgusting. So, sorry, but also whatever. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. Oh my god, I'm so shocked. What I saw was naturally the exact same. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. That seems silly. Oh my god, there's a dead body. I should think about getting a cup of juice. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never seen a dead body. I don't know how I'd react. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. White, let me cross-examine the witness. Phoenix, she is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. It sounds slightly different in my head, but I get the feeling that their voices are basically the same thing. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. What, as in I can't present anything to her? Like, head-on? I have to press things? What? I have to disrupt her pacing. Doesn't that just mean pressing everything? 1 second. I will save. Let's save. Save. Cool. Okay. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was shocked. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Did I say that right? Guitar case. I think I said that right? For a second, it sounded like I thought I said it wrong. Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself some juicy juice. Oops, it doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. I thought you told me not to keep on the offensive! Unless you want this trial to be over, is that what you're insinuating? The only way you're gonna capture is with strong evidence. Oh, maybe she was saying the trial will be over for like, as in a good thing for us. I couldn't fucking I thought she was telling me not to fucking fuck around, or else I was gonna, I don't know, whatever. I assume it's this, and then the guitar case, right? Empty. There is some water, but only on the top of the lid. Nope. This evidence, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that wasn't it. I thought that would be it. Ariyama? Found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice. I don't know. Nope. What is the answer? What is answer? Oops. I think I'm overthinking a lot. Maybe I have to press more? Did I press this? Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass. It's just that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction. Oh. Okay. It's time for the show to start. After that, I went to Juan, and there was his dead body. I was shocked. Chris? You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida. I mean, she could have and still also wanted something else from him. You don't know her life. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. What does her being beautiful have to do with anything? Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. Only beautiful people can be shocked by things. I see. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock? And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Let's press. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Whoa, what pants? Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? I feel like I'm stumbling a lot today. I don't know if it's coming I don't know if you can tell that I'm stumbling, but I am stumbling a lot. Such is me. This mess full of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. You see that? Her sweat is... she's sweating out off her head. Her sweat is flying. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal in your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Yes, you did, bitch. I was the one who knocked and fell onto guitar case. Now, is it just a... whoops, oops. I didn't mean to. Where's that sentence? Here. Present? Is it now time to present this? Yes, okay. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Well, goddamn. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what's so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that were true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. What is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. What is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be on the inside, not outside the case. What is your point, right? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did That's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. It had no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yes, please. The empty guitar case. I believe this is crucial. What? Oh shit. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Boo! That didn't tell me anything! It looks like this really wasn't an important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Shut up. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Hey! Shut up! I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Let me save. Gee, I hope this save doesn't corrupt again. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes. Well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corrida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found her dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if that bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Who gives a shit if they did take it? Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside? No, you idiot, what the fuck? How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. I mean, like, fine. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, and that's probably it. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakness. What? She's at her weakest now. So this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record waiting to be found. Really? But I don't. What does it represent? What is she saying wrong? What would be found in the... You know what? She opened the guitar case, but it doesn't even have her fingerprints on it. How does she do that? That's not the answer, is it? Was that the answer? There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on the guitar case are those of the victim. Stupid, I had the answer the entire time. I was just like, duh? What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now that I remember, I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the weirdest is wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's fucking weird. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove that I was not wearing gloves at the time? Bitch! Your fingerprints on the glass! I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass. You left your fingerprints very clearly on the wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice. God, talk faster. Wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? She has like, what, 7 pairs of glasses in her pockets? I forgot she did that. That also is very dangerous, my dude. You can't have your glasses breaking in your face like that. Order! 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 Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar! The bright red guitar was at the studio! Surely nothing else could go into a fucking case! Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case? What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright... I didn't even finish reading the sentence before I remembered what he says. Oh! I actually thought he says yellow guitar, but it's still really funny. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. That'd be pretty funny.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... Hey, No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you're so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. I just very suddenly... When does the Great Ace Attorney come out? Sorry, I know I could do this later, but I'm curious now. It releases July 27th. I think I bought the physical, so I don't think I'm gonna get that yet. 7/27, hold up. Oh shit, that's fucking this month already. So I'm probably not gonna play it. Fuck. Okay. So it comes out on July 27th. That's fine. That's fine. I ordered the physical, which means I'm not gonna get it on the 27th. I'm probably gonna get it on the 30th, presumably. I don't know, or something, assuming that GameStop comes through for me, but it's this month. There's no way I'm beating all the games in this month, huh? Sorry. completely, well, it's not unrelated, but it's also not related to this game at all. So let's continue.
Can you do that, Mr. White?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in that case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was inside?
I thought he was gonna say the yellow. Where does yellow come from? Am I thinking about yellow from the first case, maybe, of the baseball glove? Fuck.
So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right?
Yeah, B. I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet.
Why is he
Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder?
Is it enough if I just present this? If you guys need to remember, this is Lotta's photo. Do you see where I'm going with it? Is this the right answer?
This is a photograph.
That photo was in the guitar case? Oh my god. Yes, but what's important is what's in that picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was a nickel samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
He says the hero, but it's not like it's Juan the hero, you know?
Mr. White, explain yourself. White, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to do something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Oh, excuse me. Miss Andrews put it in there to hide. What? Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she can make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get the shot, correct?
You mean this photo?